Hello, my name is Tom Robbins, the head brewer and part owner of Brighten Brewing. So hanging out with Beer Divas today. So welcome to Brighten Brewing in our headquarters. So you can see we have the brewery pad that's pretty much open to the rest of the tap room, giving you the experience of being actually in the brewery. Felt that was a very important thing to hit on, so hopefully everybody enjoys it as much as we do. So today, doing a brew, pumpkin ale, naming it Various Gourds. So first time around, we'll see how it goes. Smells great, everything's going great so far with it. So,
when will it come out?
Oh, we're gonna
November?
probably have this out here in a few weeks.
Oh, a few weeks.
Yeah,
Nice.
so we don't want to miss the season.
Yeah, that's right.
And have it roll into December.
Yeah, because you got December beers to do.
Yes, we have other beers on the list and lineup.
Okay.
Plan to go.
Great.
Will appropriately have a beer in my hand while explaining about beer. So yes, this is brew pad. We have various tanks and things back here. So we could take a look up on the platform and kind of check out what's going on with the brew today and right now currently. So if you want to come on this way, just watch your step with hoses. I don't know how the steam's going to do for the camera, but inside this vessel is our mash tun / lauter tun. This is where grain hot water is introduced to each other to convert starches to simple sugars to be later fermented on. So other half of it is a lauter tun where you can run water through that grain, strip it of colors and sugars, while it transfers over to the kettle right behind us here. So here in the kettle, collecting a sweet liquid called wort.
It smells so good.
Yes. So haven't added all the the special ingredients yet of spices and pumpkin. So those will come during the boil, and that will really bring the aromas quite up in front and center in the rest of this building. So got a few more hours left on this.
All right, we are back, and with me is my special guest, head brewer and part owner of Brighten Brewery, Brewer Tom.
Hello, everyone.
So, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking what I refer to as tank beer.
Tank beer.
Beer right out the fermenter.
Okay. So you want to make sure it's nice and crisp and clean and
yeah,
what you
gotta
want.
do your daily sampling, make sure it's progressing in the right direction.
We love daily samplings. That's right. You are a professional at your craft. You
Yes.
got to make sure you're tasting the tasty brews. What I'm drinking today is what you just put out,
Yep,
and that
just
is
tapped that today.
Oktoberfest. Oh, delish! And we're going to go over reviews here in a little bit. So, Brewer Tom, talk to me a little bit about the brewery. Like, what happened? How did you guys get into the brewing business?
I've been brewing for a little while now, probably close to 13, 14 years.
Okay. Did it start like in college and?
Started. I didn't go to college, so it kind of
Okay.
was.
But that time of
That
your
time
life?
of my life, yes.
Yeah.
So started home brewing, and then got a job at a brewery, and kind of progressed, moved around a little bit, and now here I am.
Okay, so you've settled your roots down here. And
Yeah.
what about the other partners?
So my other partner, Elliot,
Elliot.
we've known each other, for a little while now, and hadn't seen each other in a while, and he had gotten kind of a
acquired this building, and township kind of wanted to push for more lifestyle in Copley.
That's right.
So they had suggested a brewery.
Nice.
I was actually currently out of, well, not kind of currently out of a brewing job, but this goal of mine was definitely sitting a little bit more forward in my mind.
Yeah.
So took the opportunity to take advantage of all that.
And it kind of
and here
right
we
place,
are.
right time.
Right place, right time.
It's called opportunities, people. You take them when they come,
Yes,
right?
that is the epitome of an opportunity right
So
there.
when you were homebrewing, what was your first beer that you tried to brew? Do you remember?
I think the first beer I did, and it was a kit from Grape and Granary.
Yeah.
I think it was a
Which
Belgian
is
wheat.
here in Akron on the
Yep.
other side, yeah.
I think it was a Belgian wheat.
Belgian wheat, yeah. Did it turn out?
Yeah, it turned out good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Great. So as far as what Brighten is all about, is there a specific type of beer style that you guys want to give back to the community?
Not really a specific. We want to offer a wide variety of beer styles. We know that not everybody is going to drink the same beers.
Yeah.
And would like to offer a diverse tap list. So beyond that, main goal is quality beers. Setting that standard for what we put out and what we produce in terms of drinkability, flavor, aromas, varieties, and whatnot. So that's our main goal, is quality beer.
Yeah.
On our slogan is Qualis in Ebrietatem. That means quality beer in Latin. We put it in Latin somewhat to be a little silly, but also to get people to ask us what that means.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
yes.
Your product equals the effort and the quality of the ingredients that you put into it.
Yes.
And your expertise,
Yes.
of course.
A little bit of everything.
And that comes with experience, too.
It does.
You see what works and what doesn't, and you do more of what works and less of what doesn't.
Exactly.
And with your experience, that's where you can come up with that.
Yeah.
Where did you guys come up with the name? What does Brighten mean?
Brighten means, bright. Brighten your day. Good pint brightens my day. Good beer brightens my day, puts a smile on my face.
It does me too.
So again, going back into the quality aspect of things and, making sure we're hitting clean, stylistic, tasty beers.
So what type of beer is your favorite?
I kind of like them all. It depends on the day, sometimes the month, sometimes the season.
Okay. But you love the turnover of the season so
Yes.
that you can get, okay, it's winter time, we might have some more porters or stouts or
Yeah.
something a little darker, heavier, warmer, spicier kind of thing.
Exactly.
And then, summertime comes, and of course, my favorite, as you guys know, it's that time of year, it's the Marzens. You get those amber ales, a little bit darker, but yet not too tart. I'm not a hophead, so the IPAs,
Yeah.
A New England or something with a grapefruit's good, but I love the deeper, roastier, toastier brown ales and the ambers and that kind of thing. Lagers, like I'm a lager girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's awesome. And I noticed that the more I do these shows, like I'm starting to drink all kinds of things that I never really knew about or thought about, and it's like really cool.
Yeah, you're getting exposed to it.
I'm getting exposed to it and I'm liking it.
Yeah, you're also got an open mind, it sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you have to have an open mind when trying new beers and trying different
That's
breweries.
right. That's right. And knowing the stories behind some of the beers too even makes them taste better, because sometimes they do have a story behind them.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, this is a mistake, or
Yeah.
wow, and look what happened, or
Yeah.
whatever. So that is cool. Now, how many types of beer do you guys sell at one time?
So we have 12 taps, so we have
Okay.
12 beers available for sale.
Nice.
Yeah.
And most of them you can
Yep.
and take home.
Yes.
Unless there's like a high content of sugar or something
Yeah.
like that.
What
happened with the seltzers? Does that have a high content where you can't
No.
you can't do it, or it just loses
That
its
needs
taste,
different. No, that just I guess it'd be a long story.
Okay.
But maybe I don't want to get into.
No,
it
that's
quite
okay. But
Um,
it doesn't turn out. The product doesn't turn out if you can it
Yes.
and take it home.
Yes.
And
With
stay
any
in
of
the
the
fridge.
flavorings added in that we're doing,
Yeah.
they'll settle out and separate So you'd actually have to probably
Okay.
shake that can to
Distribute
get it,
everything.
redistribute, get it back to
Okay.
suspension. Then you probably have,
And
you know
then
what
it's
happens
just-
when you shake a can.
Yeah,
and
that's an issue. So, looking at this next year coming forward, how much beer do you think you guys are going to brew this in the next 12 months?
Oh boy. Hopefully we'd hit at least 500 barrels.
Okay.
Which would be a pretty decent number for us in year one.
Do you guys distribute yet? Marketing, trying to get into other places, grocery
Yeah.
stores,
Maybe
restaurants?
yeah, not so much grocery stores. That's plans down the road.
Yeah.
But we are starting to send some kegs out to draft accounts and trying to work that a little bit to get some of the beer out to local bars and get a handle on placement.
What kind of bars? So we can tell our listeners so they can look for
some
you
craft
guys.
beer bars. We're still working on getting some other
Because
accounts.
you guys
and
are
whatnot.
literally, what, 2 months old?
Oh, just over 2 months.
Yeah. So, I mean, these guys are little babies.
Yeah. So we're
And
trying
we
to
gotta
focus.
help them.
Yeah.
Gain speed and get them out and distribute.
Sending out a little bit of beer in kegs and on draft. Picking up a little bit more of an event schedule with having things here, whether it be food trucks or live music or trivia night and things like that, as well as getting into more of the local craft beer events where we're pouring
Yeah.
samples.
That's right.
For a little exposure, a little marketing.
We were just up at the Cleveland Beer Fest 2 weeks ago, and the Beer Divas did a tour, all around Jacobs Field, and it was great. Actually, that show hit last week.
Oh, excellent.
So awesome. What inspires new flavors for you? Is it a trip somewhere? Is it that, you go out to the store or you go to your local bar or restaurant and you say, ooh, I think I could make that, or I could do it better, or I can combine things?
It's probably a little bit of everything. Could just be sitting there thinking about things, could be inspired off the previous brew I did or a brew I've done before in the past and thinking, how could I twist that, or what did I learn off of that brew that I could apply to the next style?
Do you focus mostly on the classic styles, or do you think you're gonna marry a couple of different styles? For example, one place that I visited, they did an Imperial Dortmunder. So they married an Imperial Stout with a Dortmunder. And it was coffee-ish, but yet it wasn't so, it was light in color, but yet it combined all those flavors and it was delicious. It was weird, it was different.
I don't know if I'd really make a Dortmunder Imperial. I think they're fine how they are.
Right.
So I
Well,
guess
I
with
do
that
too.
with
I
that
do too.
statement,
I do too.
I do hit a little bit more in the classic traditional styles.
Yeah.
There's a time and place for lots of flavoring and adjuncts in beers. But
Some people don't believe in that though.
yeah,
know?
I'm not that impressed with a lot of the ones I do try in terms of pastry stouts and whatnot.
Yeah. And it seems like I think we're getting more back into the classic recipes.
Yeah.
Yes, you might use something a little different, maybe a different type of hops or yeast that might not necessarily be in that, but adding, how hoppy can I make this beer?
Yeah.
It's like nobody wants to drink that crap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you have to also be profitable,
Yeah.
but yet stand out.
Yes.
So that's where your quality comes in. If you
Yep.
can do a simple recipe, but knock it out of the park, people will remember that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, what do you think the new craze is in beer that you guys might want to jump into? Like, for instance, I see you guys have a hard seltzer. So seltzers are starting to, a lot of the craft beer breweries are starting to do seltzers.
Yeah.
Is there any other craze that you guys see that, maybe looking forward that you guys want to jump into?
I'm not too sure on what that next one would be, other than the hazy IPAs, New England style IPAs are probably going to be dominating here for a little while longer.
I actually enjoy them because they're not as hoppy.
Yes, well, they're not as bitter. They're just as hoppy,
right.
flavorful aroma.
Right, but bitterness.
Yes,
Because I
so
don't
it's
like that bitterness.
Lacking on the bitterness.
But it's so flavorful. It's
Again,
citrusy.
there are so many different hop varieties that are still coming out
Right.
to mess around with and showcase. And these styles of beers are great beers to showcase hop profiles. Seltzers, back to the seltzer, whether it's a trendy thing or not, again, it kind of hit on to the aspect of trying to have something for everybody here.
Right. And you
so-
guys do. I mean, looking at this list, like, I'm going to try. I've got, of course, my Oktoberfest already, but I'm going to do a flight of stuff, and I picked a little bit of everything. So I do want to try the New England because I hadn't had that yet. So stay tuned
Yes.
because we're going to try a nice flight of beers. Thank you, Brewer Tom.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
You're welcome.
it.